Hey everybody, today I thought it might be kind of fun to do an altimeter view comparing the Garmin Instinct solar watch and the Nixon Regulus Expedition watch. Now I'm not going to get into which watch is better or all of the different features and everything. The purpose of this video is if there's somebody out there who's thinking about buying either of these watches and they want to see what does the altimeter look like on both of them, that's what I'm going to be showing you today. Now first and foremost, let me say I'm using the Garmin Instinct Solar in my video. It doesn't matter if you're interested in one of the solar or non-solar versions, the altimeter is going to be the same for both of them. Currently, I am showing my barometer view on both of them. Now, it's not really the barometer view on the Garmin Instinct. I'm actually using a watch face that is displaying the barometer over the last 48 hours, as well as the barometric pressure and the barometric trend. You can see on the Nixon, I'm showing the same thing. It does show a trend arrow up on the upper left-hand corner, and it shows my reading. It just doesn't show me the nice graph that the Garmin gives you of a trend over the last 48 hours, which can actually be adjusted. To get to the altimeter though, what we're going to do on the Garmin is we're going to, actually let's start with the Nixon. I'll tell you why we're going to do that here in a second. So on the Nixon watch, it's pretty simple. All we're going to do is we're going to press the bottom left button. That's our mode button. And that allows us to switch modes. We're going to use the up or down button to arrow up to altitude. And then again, we're going to press the mode button to select altitude. It's going to come up and say, set the current altitude. So it's giving me an altitude reading here. I can use the up or down button to adjust that if I know my exact altitude, or I can just use the altitude sensor on the watch and confirm it. And now we are in the altimeter view on the Nixon Regulus Expedition watch. There's not a whole lot to it. It'll always show you the current time at the bottom, and it will show you your current altitude up at the top. The one thing you can do is you can adjust how often the sensor gets read. I've done a video in the past that shows you that. You can adjust it anywhere from 1 second to 5 minutes. And it's really just to preserve battery life. So if you're really out and you really want to get an accurate, up-to-date altitude for every second, you can go adjust that setting on the watch. Or again, if you're not really using it and you just want your sensor to be read every 5 minutes or minute, whatever you're wanting, you can adjust it accordingly, save a little bit of battery life. So there's the altitude view on the Nixon. Now on the Garmin Instinct, what we're going to do is we're going to press and hold the ABC button. It's the bottom left button here. And then we're going to use the up or down button to navigate. ABC is altimeter, barometer, and compass. I'm currently on my barometer, so we're just going to navigate down. There's my compass, there's a view all, and here is my altimeter. You can see on the Garmin Instinct, you get a little bit more detail. You can see over the last 4 hours, my lowest altitude reading was 363, my highest was 408, and my current is 395. Now it's kind of interesting because the readings are totally off here. Actually, the one that's a little bit more accurate is my Nixon, 84 feet. I'm pretty close to sea level, my current elevation. So there's different things like the weather, the fact that I'm sitting inside, all of that can be contributing to it. But that's the different readings I'm getting on my altitude from my altimeter on both watches. The nice thing about the Nixon is it's a little bit easier to see because the font is so much bigger. The nice thing about the Garmin is you get a lot more details that you can see on the altimeter. The thing that kind of drives me nuts about the Garmin is that on the altimeter, after 2 minutes, it will put you back on your main timekeeping screen. The nice thing about that, though, is on your timekeeping screen, you can always show your altimeter as a data field if you're interested in getting your altitude reading. The Nixon's kind of the same way. You can leave the watch in altimeter mode as long as you want to. If you want to always be getting your altitude reading, you can simply leave it in this mode. It'll never put you back in the regular time mode. It'll let you stay there as long as you want to until you switch back to the time mode. But anyway, that is a quick view of the two watches and what altitude readings look like on both of them. I hope the video helps. If you got any questions, post them in the comments. Be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.